Hey, sorry. Okay, let me try that again. Okay, one more time. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Royal Sussex Live. Welcome, one and all. Connie Bomber, thank you so much for being here. Hi, Lydia Washington. Mary H. Okay, let's get on with it because it is a work night. All right. Let me grab my slides here. Um, oh, I forgot to put a date on that one, but that's okay. I could find it if I need it. Hi, Big Mama, Sussex Spotlight, B. Thomas, Shirley Holland. Sussex Spotlight. Let me see here. The Sussex Spotlight. Let me see how you're doing there. Okay. The Sussex Spotlight. Okay. Did you get over the 1,000 yet? I haven't I'm sorry I haven't seen it lately, but I hope so. Okay. Let me get on with it. I was trying to look you up, but I couldn't find it, so I'll check it out later. All right, the Royal Truce. Two truce or not the truce? Oh, you did. Oh, congratulations. Congratulations. I'm so glad to hear that. All right. Okay, so if you all have not subscribed to the Sussex Spotlight, make sure. Oh, there we go, right there. Let me put that at the top of the chat. Make sure you do. We can never have too many Sussex friendly spaces, right? Right. So, okay, let me see here. There we go. Pin to the top of the thing there. There we go. Right. We can never have too many Sussex friendly spaces. Thank you, Lydia Washington. Okay. Where did I leave off? Okay. And I'll take that away. All right. So, breaking news. Maybe it ain't that serious, but in a massive blow to William and Kate, but you know what I think is happening? This squatty is actually using some of their language from the tabloids. The latest Royal Foundation accounts reveal a catastrophic fall in their popularity in the US. Again, that sounds hauntingly familiar. It sounds a lot like that language they use on Harry and Meghan constantly, even when it should not apply. But it says there that in the U.S. Wait, where did I leave off? Their fall from the popularity in the U.S. Donations from American Friends of the Royal Foundation fell by a whopping what is that? 52%? Oh, Dansby. Okay. Well, let me put Dansby at the top of the chat there. Thank you for letting me know. Okay. We'll put Dansby up there. Again, don't forget you all. Make sure that you subscribe to these Sussex friendly spaces so we can have more voices out there setting the record straight. Thank you very much. And thank you for the super chat. Why is that like that? There we go. Thank you. Okay. Now, Princess of Wales Memorial Fund Trust Company has not been consolidated on grounds of immaterially. Anyway, I'm not even going to bother with that. So, just so you know, according to the figures there from that particular squatty, they're down 52%. All right, moving on. Maybe we can get out of here in less than an hour. Let's see. Together, our community cookbook. Yes, Meghan Markle donates more, almost $14,000 to benefit only joint Muslim Jewish kitchen in the UK. Now, that is an old story, and you can see the photo is from way back when, but it just as a reminder that Meghan, who did write the forward for the book, even donated to the kitchen, and it of course, is a book that is still generating revenue. Now, if I'm to understood the figures right, it was 58,000 pounds last year, is what someone said recently. Um, of course, the book sales have slowed down a bit. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I haven't cooked anything out of that book, but if I see Meghan, I'm going to buy it. So I did. And there's a few people that posted that they're buying the book as well. But I really do owe it to myself to make it that rice dish, the rice that looks like it has a bunch of herbs on top of it. That drives me mad. I want that rice dish so bad because I like rice anything. And that one particular meal, it's just something about it that makes you go, "What's that? Barberry rice? Is that the name of it?" Yeah, it's something about that rice dish that just makes you say, "What is that? I want that." So yeah, I do. I would love if I don't try anything else from that book. I want to try that rice. Let me see. Is that on the cover? Yes, it's the one that. Oh my God! Let me share this. Let me share this photo of it with you. I want that rice dish so bad. I could just imagine shoving a fork into that. Mm, mm, mm. Let me show you. Wait for it. This just, I could just take a dive into that plate right there and just, mmm, talk about good. That's got to be good. Anything that looks like that has to be tasty. Let me see now. What is that one called? It is called Alam. Oh, the person who made it, their recipe is Alam Saeed's green rice recipe. Oh, it doesn't give any ingredients, but it is in the Hub cookbook. Vegetables, samosas, that's Harry's favorite. Caramelized plum upside down cake. Mmm. And aubergine, I guess that's eggplant, masala recipe, coconut chicken curry, coconut chicken, anything. I'm ready for it. So those are just some of the recipes. So if you have not ordered the book, I'm going to make that rice this weekend. I mean, the book is literally across the room from me. I am going to make that rice and I'm going to let you know. I'm going to let you know. I want it to look just like that, whatever in it. It just seems like it's got to be good. I have dreams about that rice. Sorry if I'm making you all hungry, but I do. I have dreams about that plate of rice. In the dream, somebody is just walking up to me with that plate of rice, like, "This is for you." For me, for you. Really? Yes, it's for you. That is a dream. I don't want to wake up from that one. I'd want to spend some time in that dream. Oh, I mean, you gotta try it though. And nowadays, it's so many like recipes that's on YouTube, and they literally walk you right through it. They just walk you right through it. You'd be so proud of yourself after you do it. So let's both do it, right? By this weekend, we gotta make that rice, Heather. We gotta make that rice. Okay, it looks like it must be that basmati rice. Looks like the basmati rice, that kind of long grain rice. I used to live near a store that sold like the basmati rice in 10 and 20-pound bags. And oh, I used to love that rice. I haven't cooked it in so long, but so good. Oh, it looks like one person has lost sound, but that should be easily remedied. We should try to cook along thingies. Okay. Well, I'm gonna try it. Let me stop gazing into that plate. Mm, mm, mm. So together, our community cookbook was published on September 25th, 2018. So the anniversary of the book is coming up. 128-page hardcover book is a charity cookbook that celebrates friendship, life, and togetherness. The recipes are personal and easy to make, using few ingredients and methods that anyone can follow. I don't know. I'm not that sharp. But we'll see. The cookbook includes dishes like coconut curry chicken, aubergine masala, Persian chicken, and Barbary. What is that? Barbary? Yeah, Barbary rice. And spice mint tea. It must be good if I'm saying it like Oprah. The book's proceeds go to the Hub Community Kitchen. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex and Doria Ragland celebrated the cookbook launch with the women of the. Oh, I still have that picture handy where they went there. Let me see. Let me see. You know, I love that. I thought for certain that perhaps Doria would join Harry and Meghan on some of those outings like that. But you know how the royal family is with all of their protocols and nonsense. But see, a moment like this would have gone a long way in the Commonwealth. But, you know, they still got to do things the old way. It's not like Doria was being paid to be there. Um, but they'll learn. I mean, you know what? I think they already have learned. They already have learned because this monumental crash that they've suffered, this drop from um, relevancy and popularity, the royal family is barely hanging in there. And I promise you that is why you don't hear them talking about polls right now. Remember, they were doing polls about every 6 weeks or so, or whatever. You don't hear them talking about popularity anymore because they're not. They are not. Violet Maxwell, thank you so much for being here. Henry VIII says, wait, are you telling me that Meghan Markle's cookbook from 2018 raised more in 2023 than Kate Middleton's early years initiative? That's right. That's right. It raised more than Kate Middleton's early years. You know why? Because everybody knows what the cookbook is about. The early years, we're still trying to identify it. Although I think if you were to ask the young lady in Australia, that they seem to use as an inspiration. Plagiarism. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry, my allergies. Plagiarism. Oh my goodness. Oh, did you hear that? My allergies. Plagiarism. Yeah. So anyway, if you just follow the TED talk from that young lady in Australia, you could start your own early years. You could even call it the early years, so people won't confuse it with the early years. Just call it the early years. But yeah, just do that. Anyway, you know what? In the spirit of fairness, I think we ought to reach out to Kensington Palace for a little word about the early years.
Well, obviously, it'd be. I would love to have met her, and she's obviously she's an inspirational woman to look up to.
But what about the people that have accused y'all of taking some of the information from that young girl in Australia?
Obviously, on to this day, and going forward and things, it is.
Do you even know what the early years are?
It's a wonderful family. The members who I've met have achieved a lot.
But what have you achieved?
And very inspirational.
So what?
Yeah.
Yeah, what?
I do.
Oh my goodness. All right. Well, thank you, Kate, for those very, I'm not even sure what kind of words to call it, but I don't know. It's just whenever I hear her describe the early years, sad thing is I'm even more confused than when I started off. It makes you just want to give the look. Yeah, that look. Okay, moving on. And of course, we had to have Willie leaks try to copy off of Meghan because Meghan wrote the forward in the book. William had somebody on his staff write the forward in the book. Prince William pens forward to cookbook celebrating the passage of 40th anniversary. He helped with the homeless organization cookbook. Recalls Meghan Markle's 20 recalls. I think it's a direct reference to Meghan Markle's 2018 charity cookbook made in partnership with the Hub Community Kitchen. I mean, they are just absolutely shameless, aren't they? William couldn't get out of there fast enough. He was probably sitting in his Range Rover with the apron on. They probably still looking for that apron. He ran out of there so fast, he ain't thinking about them people. Nice try, though. Okay, let's get on with the truce. So, um, I know it's hard to see it, but take a look on the left. You can see the royal exclusive. And then on the right, King Charles has received advice from faith leaders that has led him to contemplate repairing his relationship with Prince Harry. Now, of course, contemplate, that means they're waiting to see what the public reaction is. The Mail on Sunday has learned the monarch has taken spiritual nourishment from his discussion with religious leaders and is now more open to the idea of rapprochement. Let me see, with his son, according to a well-placed source, a well-placed source. Are they tired of saying someone close to the palace? Okay, a well-placed source. That's another way to put it. Healing the rift would require the king to put aside his anger over Harry's deeply wounding public comments. Charles is saddened by the separation, which has meant he has not seen his, oh God, his grandchildren and Archie and Lilibeth since June of 2022. The source said Harry will always be King Charles' much loved son. He has faith that Harry could return. The door will always remain open to him and his family. He does not want years of discord and disharmony clouding his reign. Um, I mean, you could just see the look on his face right there. Either he's terribly constipated or he's thinking about, I'm sorry, either he's terribly constipated or he's thinking about how terrible things have gone in the past few years. I'm willing to angle toward constipated. It looks like he's having trouble dropping the deuce. But whatever the case may be, I'm sure he's anguished. He has anguish written all over his smug, pathetic face. Um, anyway, let's see here. Go there. So King Charles is. Oh, anyway, I have the article right here. I'll just take a brief look at it if you don't mind. Wait, do I want that? No, I'm done with that. Okay. It's a puff piece. It's a puff piece. King Charles has received advice from spiritual leaders that has led him to contemplate repairing his relationship with Prince Harry. Reports to Mail on Sunday. Sources say the monarch has drawn comfort from their guidance as he comes to terms with both the death of his parents and the challenges of his new role. Since inheriting the crown, he has spent more time exploring theologies and the teachings of their central tenets, including the nature of forgiveness. The nature of forgiveness after what he and his sad piece did to Princess Diana. He's the one who cannot forgive? Interesting. A well placed insider said Charles has taken spiritual nourishment from his discussions with religious leaders and was now more open to the idea of rapprochement with Harry, who has spent the past 4 years living in self imposed exile in California with his wife Meghan and their two children. Faith has always been part of Charles' life, something he explored, but since becoming king, has played a more central role, the source said. That reliance on faith and quiet contemplation has become a comfort and asset to him and helps him cope with the role he has as he adapts to being king. Healing the rift would require the king to put aside his anger and, over his younger son deeply wounding public comments. You mean like telling him that he's a lousy dad in so many words? Um, it'd be different if Harry was making up stuff, but we all know how he roll. Baby Sis Doll says, too late already. Thank you so much for the super chat. And Leg says, Harry's words is Charles and Kate are the royal race. Thank you, Legs. As it was spelled out in the book, that's appears to be the situation. Thank you so much for that. That kind of snuck up on me. Charles is a spiritual man, much like his mother, and a regular churchgoer. He has long drawn, uh, what is that, succor from, is that a word? Okay, Christianity. Anyway, that's what it says in this picture right here. Churchgoer. Okay. All right. His coronation embraced a multi faith message and a wider range of religion represented than ever before: Hindu, Sikhs, Leaders were among those taking part. With regard to a possible reconciliation, the source said Charles misses his son. He still loves Harry and wants him back for personal reasons. For personal reasons. Let me think about that for a second. Regardless that he and Meghan do not want to return to royal life, regardless that he and Meghan do not want to return to royal life. Harry will always be Charles' much loved son. He has faith that Harry could return. He misses the bond they once had. The door will always remain open to him and his family, but does not want years of discord and disharmony clouding his reign. The possibility of a thaw in the House of Windsor could come at a time when Charles is said to be concerned about financial demands from the Sussexes should their television, oh my God, ah, should their television deals dry up next year, as has been suggested. I wonder who set up and thought of this. I wonder who set up and thought of this. Really. They have only barely approached ways to make money. Okay, okay. Let me just say this: Harry looks darn good in a suit. Meghan always, you know, if she just was doing her tig uh, the same way she was doing it before, could you imagine? Could you imagine? Right? So, and then let me just remind everybody this. One of the most profitable things out there is the lecture circuit, something that the Sussexes have barely touched upon. The lecture circuit, you could make as much doing everything from cruises, corporate retreats, um, you name it. There's always a university or some foundation or organization who will pay good money for lecturers, and there is millions to be made as a lecturer. And okay, let me just be petty. As the son of the king of the United Kingdom and the various realms and territories, not to mention his philanthropy. And listen, I won't even list all the things. You know what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say cha-ching, cha-ching. Now, they are going the way of the Hollywood producers, right? They're wearing two hats. They are wearing the hat of philanthropy and goodwill, and also the hat of producers. But there is so much more. It is okay. Let me stop. Let me stop. But they have barely touched the surface. So if it's money that they think the Sussexes are worried about, they are uh, really off the mark. Is this what they discussed at Balmoral? Plan A? Thank you, Legs. Yes, they said there was some type of summit taking place at Balmoral, and the brains of the operation was there as well, as far as I can see from today's papers. And we all know who the brains of the operation is. Now, don't laugh when I show you. Yes, this is the brains of the operation. She was there, so who knows? Maybe that was something she came up with. I mean, anybody who could rock a windsock dress is bound to come up with some type of clever way to deal with the Sussexes. Anyhow, um, uh, Yes, yes, he needs them desperately. It has not escaped anybody's notice, the royal tour or quasi royal tour or just Harry and Meghan's usual work that has not escaped their notice. And people have likely pointed it out to them that you need to make up with them. And also, one more thing that I'll say about the Sussexes as far as any type of truce is concerned. One of the things that they would love to do is to try to curtail some of the Sussexes' outings in a way where it's not such an embarrassment to the royal family. So if they were to have a truce, and perhaps with this truce, seeing that they're saying something about money, maybe there would be some kind of financial incentive, or maybe they can just work out the things with security, which would be beneficial to the royal family. Because if for whatever reason the Sussexes ever go back over there on a regular basis a few times a year, and let's even say appear on that dreaded balcony, it could not hurt the family to look as though they're being thoughtful and considerate and benevolent and all that kind of stuff. But as things stand, where they're trying to do this tough love thing, it's not working, especially in this day and age where the TikTok generation, they don't like that brutal approach to dealing with issues. It was good back in the day to try to make someone weak as Charles seem strong and and decisive, but the truth is he's very indecisive. He's weak as water, and that monster that he married is probably the one calling the shot. So it would benefit him in so many different ways to make up. I don't know how it would benefit the Sussexes unless they get the security deal that they want. They got to straighten out that security, because essentially what they're doing is they're trying to bar Harry from coming over to the UK. They want to control him so that he doesn't come over. That's all that's about, is trying to make sure that they show everybody who's boss. And long term, they just don't want anyone else to get the idea that it's okay to leave. They want Harry and Meghan to be the cautionary tale. See what happened when you don't play along? See what happens? They want Harry to be the Duke of Windsor cautionary tale about breaking free of that family. Okay, so it finishes here. It says, for his part, people close to Harry say, oh God, people close to Harry say his father no longer takes his calls or responds to his letters. After a positive meeting in February following the king's cancer diagnosis, relations between father and son deteriorated. But forgiveness is the cornerstone of most religions and is seen as key to a healthy relationship with God and spiritual well being. Such belief system regards making mistakes as part of the human condition, and those who wish to live a good life should seek forgiveness rather than revenge. A major barrier to peace, however, is Prince William's intransigence. He is said to believe his own relationship with his brother is irreparably damaged and to have rebuffed the idea of a reunion. Moreover, William is toying with the idea of abolishing the religious oath of the coronation, potentially leading to the disestablishment of the Church of England. Huh. Yet his father's faith could be stronger. News that Charles has received spiritual advice does not surprise those close to him, as King Charles is also supreme governor of the Church of England with the title of Defender of the Faith. During the first Christmas broadcast as king in 2022, he spoke of his mother's faith in God being one which I share with my whole heart, and how he fulfilled a lifelong wish to visit Bethlehem and the Church of the Nativity. There, he said, he stood in silent reverence by the silver star that is inlaid in the floor and marks the place of our Lord Jesus Christ's birth. He added, it meant more to me than I could possibly express to stand on the spot where, as the Bible tells us, the light that has come into the world was born. A spokesman for Buckingham Palace declined to comment. Well, that's interesting. They declined to comment, even though all of this was orchestrated by the palace, I'm sure. So Charles is trying to use religion as the excuse for the truce. That's what he's doing. Big Mama says even the devil goes to church. Oh well, make of it what you will. Um, so this has been going back and forth for a while. Right there, you can see the real reason they can't make up. Over here on the right, it says King Charles is desperate to see grandkids he evicted. That's like one of my favorites right there, is that article from last June about him wanting to see the grandkids that he evicted. You know, if you consider the fact that the family was evicted from the house that was gifted to them by the queen, um, that provocative move right there, yet again, is another way of trying to keep the Sussexes out of the UK. But because Harry and Meghan has outroyaled the royal family, now all of a sudden they want to make it seem like they're all one big happy family again. All right. And thanks to Muriel, who finds some of the most interesting images and articles from the past, has come across a rare picture of King Charles receiving spiritual guidance. A rare picture of King Charles receiving spiritual guidance. I could believe that. Charles seems like the kind of person who would turn to P.T. Barnum and Bailey Circus, the Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus. Um, he seems like the person who would turn to a circus to get some spiritual guidance. I was willing to guess it came from a fortune cookie or a box of Cracker Jacks, but nope. I guess the circus makes more sense. Well, you know what? You laugh if you want to, but listen, just as much as you might find it strange that Charles gets his spiritual guidance from a clown, look at where Camilla has received her spiritual guidance. Rare picture. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. That's supposed to be a rare picture of Queen Camilla receiving spiritual guidance. Ah, made a mistake. It's supposed to say Camilla receiving spiritual guidance. uh, yes, in order to give guidance to the queen consort, they brought in someone who speaks her language. uh, whatever works, right? Whatever works. Yep, that's Camilla's spiritual guidance right there. Not only does she receive spiritual guidance, they also take her out to do a little training just before the what do you call it? The before the Westminster what do they call that horse race? Oh, okay. Anyway, I messed that up. But fun though. Lots of fun. Okay. And one thing that Charles did do to help modernize the the royal family for a long time, whenever Charles made an appearance, they would play "God Save the King," but he didn't want Camilla to be left out. So whenever she makes an appearance, they play. uh, Hi, Silver, away. Uh, uh, yeah, we saw that farce. We talked about that about 2 weeks ago. Um, Lady C know what she doing. That's enough money to help her finish what they started doing to her years ago. she's still in the process of becoming Lady C, so she needs that money. All right, so there you go. I fixed it. Rare picture of Queen Consort receiving spiritual guidance from the horse whisperer. Okay, and next. Oh, yeah, here we go. So, I think you all know who that is, right? That, of course, is I'm sorry, the Prince William that died back in 1972. And even though there are some people who believe that he was dating a Japanese woman, she may have Japanese citizenship. I'm not sure about that, but she actually is Eastern European and she's Jewish. Um, how Prince William of Gloucester, the Queen's cousin, and the other Prince William became a tragic figure of royal history. Well, as you can see, there he is in his 20s, I think, or maybe a teenager. And in the middle, you can see him standing behind Cookie, the Queen Mother. And I actually zoomed in so you can get a closer image of him there. Um, Here, I think at that point he was just shy of 30, as he was only 30 when he died. And here's some images of him falling in love with the model. She was a model, as well as a, I couldn't say debutante, They don't have that stuff over there. But let's just say it was not unusual for her to be invited to the best parties and such, where people from the West would attend. And well, at one of those parties, I guess it was, she met William of Gloucester. So this is kind of haunting, but I want you to see what's going on here. He died at 30, but because of technology, they did an age progression photo of him some time ago, what would have been his 70th birthday. I think now he would be 80, maybe 82, something like that. But this is him as depicted thanks to AI or computer, whatever, generated. So they aged him by about 40 years. And if you take a look on the right at his girlfriend, she is actually that old now. And it's very sad. It's very sad. They would have made a nice couple. But as you know, yeah, yeah. And you know how they are about allowing people of the Jewish faith in that family. As you know, that is completely unheard of. Something like that probably could not happen, as it is important that you are baptized into the Church of England. So, yeah, that was the big deal breaker, was her being of Jewish ancestry. If you know, you know. Um, if you know, you know. But yeah, so that's what excluded her. But yeah, so if you've ever had a chance to see the documentary about their love affair and how he would have given up everything, but well, we'll never know whether or not he would have, you know, gone with her as opposed to being the Duke of Gloucester, as he was born to be Prince William, the Duke of Gloucester. And the current Duke of Gloucester, that's the man that you see behind Afro Annie. You see the guy back there, the one with the badly fitting uniform? That is the Duke of Gloucester. So the reason why I brought this up is that they had this article, the Prince William, who knows about being a spare, but became the royal family's greatest rock. Oh my God. So he's not a secret weapon? He's the greatest rock? Okay. I guess they got tired of using the term secret weapon, because anybody who is that far away from the throne, which, by the way, um, Prince William, the Duke of Gloucester, he was fifth in line to the throne when he was born. Um, and now the current Duke of Gloucester, he's probably pushed back to, I don't know. Anyway, he's kind of far from the throne at this point. And of course, unless the royal family has a very bad day, he will never see that throne. Let me see. And they said last year he's done 200 engagements. That's interesting, right? And on the order of succession, he currently is he ahead or behind the Duke of Kent? Let me see here. Oh wait, that's procession, not succession. Um, Let me see where he ranks. Oh well, not that important. Never mind. I'm curious. Okay. Huh? Okay, so currently he is. Wow, he's so far down, I don't even see him anymore. Is he even? Let me see. You got William, George, Charlotte, Louis, Harry, Archie, Lilibet, um, Duke of York, and the York girl, her child, the other York girl. Uh, wow, he done been pushed out. He ain't even okay. There's like 23 people and then some ahead of him. So yeah, wow, he's been pushed way down. Way, way, way down. I mean, he's beneath Zara the tongue ring Tyndall. Oh well. They should have let that man marry that woman. But you know, that he was a daredevil. And some people think that they tinkered around with the plane. I don't know if I buy that, but he was very close to the throne at the time he was born. So, you know, he was up there. I mean, number 5 from the throne. And of course, like I say, there's certain types of people they don't want close to that family. Uh, so another person who that family had to give up love of his life to remain in the family. They really are the devil's mates. Yeah, it is sad. Oh, by the way, you guys, I heard from, well, kind of. Let me see here. Let me see. Dorothy Ross, good Sunday to all. Have kept up with daily podcasts. Miss you all so much. Treatment for first cancer site is now over. At a later date, the other site will get the same, but don't know when that will be. Please pass on my love to all squatties. So yeah, Dorothy Ross, we were asking about her not long ago. But yeah, she's going through treatment right now. So do make sure you all pray for Dorothy Ross. She has been a great support to most of the Sussex friendly channels that I know of. And and her support for the Sussexes go way back. So do send her your prayers. Okay. Now, Lady Louisa Windsor wants to join wants to join the armed forces. So Edward and Sophie's daughter would become first female royal since her grandmother, the late queen, to serve. You know what? Um, God bless her for thinking about serving and everything. But whew, I'm starting to think this young lady got too much time on her hands. Too much time on her hands. I know she went to university. If I'm correct, the Queen even had a royal protection officer join her. What was she in Switzerland or something? Fine. I ain't tripping. But The military. The military. She wants to join the military. Why? Why? I'm just asking. Why? Oh, let me see here. Yeah, I figured it was just and listen, I didn't actually read the article because I just figured it was an article that was really about Harry. Um and I guess I should finish what I was going to say about articles like this. This is a long-term strategy by the institution to use cautionary tales just like with the Prince William of Gloucester. Well, I guess I did say that, but yeah, they're using it as a cautionary tale for future royals. Also, it's a justification for the blatant mistreatment of the Sussexes, the need to punish them for leaving. That is what it's about. It's a hatchet job on Harry, clearly. And I guess I should have pointed that out. And I didn't even have to read it to know that. I could smell a hatchet job on Harry a mile away. Yes, she was gonna drive carriages with her grandfather. That was another one of her ideas, was to drive carriages. That's why I say I kind of don't want to pick on the young lady because she's sweet and she deserves to be happy in that family if that is at all possible. Oh, you saw the documentary about Prince William? I think I saw that one too. Didn't he fly that little plane all the way over to Japan, making 1,000 stops along the way? Oh, you think she's just trying to get away from that family? Mm. Oh. Oh, was he the third in line when he was born? When he was born, was he the third in line? I didn't realize he was that close. So was he like number 5 when he died? Oh, the Duke of Gloucester's 31st. Thank you. And the Duke of Kent is the 41st. All right. Well, you know what I noticed is that most of the men in that family, they have some very pointy heads. Did you notice that? They all have some very pointy heads, like very narrow at the top. The Duke of Kent, and of course the late Prince William of Gloucester, the Queen's father. They all had that kind of pointy head. They did. They all had very pointy heads. I noticed that. Like when the Queen was saying that her and her father had very similar shapes to their head, um, when she was trying on that crown. And I was thinking to myself, oh, is his kind of pointy too? No, I was saying for you to read the article. Say for you to read the third in line of that. Okay, okay, I will. Thank you. Yes, kind of like Coneheads, right, from Saturday Night Live. Yeah, they all seem to have kind of pointy heads, very angular. Yeah. Well, anyway, that's the rock of the family right there. You know, the last kind of somewhat weird. I mean, she's not a kid anymore. I can talk, right? The last kind of weird thing she did was, remember when she started dating Howdy Doody or Alfred E. Newman? Lady Louise Windsor pictured with male friend as royal spotted at special competition. Now, if this guy don't look like Alfred E. Newman from the Mad comic books, look just like him. I can see he had that gap in his teeth fixed, but she just don't know what to do with herself. She don't know what to do. One minute she's driving horses. Next thing you know, she's off to school in Switzerland. Then she's dating a comic book character. And now she wants to join the army. Mm. Now she wants to join the army. Uh huh. Okay. Okay, girl. Uh, you know what you're doing, I think. You know, when the family goes up to Balmoral, I think they should stop drinking that water. Didn't Harry say the water was kind of brown up there? They need to stop drinking that water up in Balmoral because it makes you do kind of weird things, I think. Yeah, the water up in Balmoral is probably not fit from human consumption. So, note to self, don't drink the water up in Balmoral. It's not good for you. Okay. Princess of Wales is seen at Crathie Kirk, which is church, at the Crathie Church for the first time since revealing her cancer diagnosis, as she joins William, Charles, and Godzilla for service at Scottish Church. So yeah, that's that. And notice that the photo reminds you of the other one where she turned her face to face the brick wall. So that's why I'm using a brick wall background, because it just seems to make more sense like that. But there's a few pictures of her looking straight on. She looks very healthy and fit. Almost like she can go out and do some work, but she just don't want to. She absolutely terrified. Yeah, she's absolutely terrified of not doing it right. Duchess of Cambridge still isn't confident in her role in the royal family after 5 years of marriage. Well, that was an article from 2016, pre Meghan. That's an article from 2016. Or, in other words, the way they used to write about Kate before they started using Harry and Meghan as chew toys. If you want a chew toy, go to Pet Mart and get one. And then you can sit up there and chew on it and listen to it squeak and all that stuff all day. But don't use people, especially people that are the hardest working members of the family. But that's what they did. And so the Sussexes left, as we know. But yeah, that's how they used to write about her, lazy. So it's no wonder that Kate, looking as healthy and robust as she did in the back of, or no, the front seat of that Range Rover, is still not working, because there's a team of physicians that have to give her permission. They have to sign off on her to even wave from a moving vehicle, right? Right. If you believe that. And normally, I wouldn't speculate about things like this, but only the fact that the Queen worked up until a day or two before her death. She made her last public appearance in great pain. Um, I believe it was 8 days before she died. But that very healthy looking young woman sitting in the Range Rover, zipping past in that Range Rover, she can't do nothing unless the doctors tell her. You know, I heard that too, that it was an old picture. But then I saw a few pictures, um, and one of the articles showed a few pictures, so I wasn't sure about that. I even looked for the old photos and I could not find it. So for now, I'm just going to assume that it's up to date, but it wouldn't be the first time that they have used old photos of that family and passed them off as brand new. They also did that to the Queen, where they had her zipping her. They'll say the Queen was seen around the Windsor estate, driving around the Windsor estate, and it was old photos, stock photos. So I'm looking at the article again. Okay, there's a photo with her head turned. Let me see if there's any other photos. That, well, for this article, that is the only one of her. So if I think it's a good chance that it is, um, I think it's a good chance that it's an old photo. I'm going to say it's a very good chance because this particular article, they only have the one photo with her head turned. And of course, they had to make a big fuss about her fedora, right? They made a big fuss about her fedora because of the way people were going on and on about Meghan's hat. So they have to try to, you know, make it seem like she's about something. Yeah, maybe an old photo. There's no video. They did not share a video. So, it should an old photo from last year. Kate was dressed in the exact same. Okay. I could believe it. I could believe it. Kate Middleton makes an appearance. A rare appearance. Yeah, just searching it and doing the scroll. Okay, let me check out this other article. Mm-mm. Well, so far, everybody's pretending like it's brand new. So make of it what you will. Okay. They say Kate wore the traditional Balmoral. Oh, wait a minute. This article. Oh, wait. This article is from August 28th, 2023. It is the same picture. Oh my God. It is the same picture. Oh my goodness. Okay. Ain't that something? Yes. Yes. I wasn't sure. I was going to give them the benefit of the doubt, but this is the same picture. Okay. Okay. Let me show you this. I'm going to do a screenshot and share this with you. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? Now I'm sure of it. I wasn't sure at first. Okay, let me share this with you. They tripping, y'all. They tripping. And even see there now, that's the same. That is the same. You see there? Even the earrings are the same. Wow. Okay, okay. All right. So let me tell you, I do see a difference. Look at her hair here, right? Look at her hair here, and look at her hair there in big curls. It seems as though it's the exact same outfit, but this one, her hair is down, and this one, her hair is curly. But other than that, it seems like she has the exact same outfit on. Isn't that something? And, well, and it seems like Charles and Camilla's wearing the same thing. Although Camilla has, it looked like she's wearing a dark top under the coat here. But in the photo from last year, she's clearly wearing something white. That's interesting. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Unless this is like some type of AI or something. Wow. Interesting. Very interesting. Very interesting. I'm not sure what to think. Oh well. Well, I guess we're just about done, you guys. Let me see. There's this. And by the way, that photo is from the same day. Boy, I tell you, Louis was all over her like a cheap suit. William and Kate will encourage Charlotte and Louis to not be working royals. Well, that should be easy. All they have to do is follow their parents' examples. And also, lastly, this is the last thing I have. Zara and Mike Tyndall face urgent calls to help relieve Prince William and Kate, Princess Kate. Zara and Mike Tyndall face. Oh, well. Uh, what they're trying to say is that the Tyndalls, I was about to say the Kindles, the Tyndalls should do some of the royal duty. People like the Tyndalls, right? Even though Zara does not have a title, they do like the Tyndalls, and I think what they're trying to do is establish some type of Fab Four, and then on occasion send the Tyndalls out to represent the family as a alternative or just to fill in for some of the work because there is a lot of work to be done if you want to call what they do work. Showing up, waving and smiling and taking gifts from people. If you want to call that work, then they have a lot of situations where members of the family should be there and they're not. So that's what they're trying to say is that the Tyndalls should help out. And um, they look like they were having so much fun at the what was that racing? What I forgot what the name of that is. It's not Westminster. That's the Kennel Club. It's the Royal. God, what is it? The Royal something race. Anyway, um, the Thomas thing. What Thomas thing? The Thomas thing. What Thomas thing? Oh, Ascot. Thank you. The Royal Ascot. I couldn't think of that for anything. The Royal Ascot. Looked like they were having so much fun at the Royal Ascot. That's a good question. Are they pushing Willie out? Oh, Thomas Kingston. Dun dun dun. Thomas Kingston. Oh, that's right. Well, Camilla, Charles, Kate, and William were the Fab Four. And then it was Edward, Sophie, William, and Kate were the Fab Four. Now it looks like they're trying to make the Tyndalls and Willie and Kate the Fab Four. Just like, let me see, how many secret weapons? Lady Louisa is a secret weapon. Beatrice and Eugenie are secret weapons. Edward and Sophie. Well, Sophie by herself, and then Edward and Sophie. And who else? Oh yeah, that's right. Edward and Sophie, Kate. Yeah. All right. But anyway, they have a lot of secrets like that. A lot of secret weapons in the family. People who will make you forget that they're taking in tens of millions of pounds a year and do very little for it. They take it in more money and doing less work. Make that make sense. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Well, I did see about that situation, but it just seems to me that people are saying that, well, the way it's worded is that, what does it say? Help Lady C celebrate Thomas Markle's 80th birthday. It didn't say anything about. Oh, by the way, thank you, Lex. It didn't say anything about giving money to Thomas Markle. It just says celebrate his birthday. And it's up to her to decide what to do with it. They were trying to get 10,000 pounds, and I think it's more like 40 or something like that. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do with it. Hey, you know what? What about there's a thing in September that's coming up, right? For Harry's birthday. Aren't there some people that's going to meet up for Harry's birthday? I'm going to have to get the information for that again so I can mention it tomorrow. Oh, what's that? Let me see. Celebrate your day without you. I don't understand. What did I miss? Yes, she needs some more adjustments. They need to finish what they started. One of the things that gets you clocked is that brow bone. They got to finish what they started. They got to finish shaving down that brow bone because when she turns sideways, she kind of looks like a nickel. So they got to finish shaving down that brow bone because it's very, you know what I mean. It's not the most ladylike thing, right? Which is really so sad. the people with the hate channels, they have like, especially Lady C. As far as I'm concerned, that's a hate channel. And Lady C routinely gets some huge numbers of people who wake up with this desire to hate. I don't understand that. The Fox network here in the US, it's not as though they have. Okay, yeah, that was an old video. uh, this brow bone of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This brow bone of mine, boom, boom, I'm gonna let it shine. This brow bone of mine. Sing it, Lady C. I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Sing it, Lady C. This brow bone of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This brow bone of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. uh, this brow bone of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. This brow bone of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Or I'm gonna take that money and have them shave it down. This brow bone of mine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Thank you. Good night. All right, so I am done. I am gonna go. Let me see. What does this say? Title had to change. Yeah. Oh, did they change the title? They changed the title, huh? I didn't realize. Can they do that? I guess they can. I guess they can change the title. I didn't know they could do that. By the way, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe, you all. Hit that like and subscribe. And do consider getting a membership to Royal Sussex, still a bargain at just $4.99. I think I might have lost a couple of members recently, but consider getting a membership. I think I'm down to, but consider getting a membership. uh, anyway, I was holding that in. But yeah, do consider that because I think I'm down to. They started just $4, $4.99. Okay, those memberships are very important to the success of this channel. Okay, so please consider a membership. Just $4.99 for the price of a cup of coffee. You could help support Royal Sussex. Okay. All right. Thank you all very much, and I will try to get that information for the thing in New York for tomorrow. Um, I hadn't mentioned it in a while, and I know it's very close, so we want that to be a big success. All right, love you guys. I'm gonna say good night. Let's close out with The Ginger Avenger. Let's do the time warp again. Let's do the time warp again. It's just a step to the left and a jump to the right. You put your hands on your hips. Let's do the time warp again. Have y'all seen that movie? I don't know why that just came to mind. I'm just tripping. Let's do the time warp again. Okay, listen, I'm going to try to come on earlier tomorrow. This was just way too late and I'm having too much fun, but I'm going to try to come on earlier tomorrow and I will see you in about 20 hours, I hope. Let's try to make it 20 hours. I'm going to start a countdown, okay? All right, love you guys. See ya.